In this hand, I've got a brand new, untouched, unworn, label still on them, fresh out the packet, Rapha Pro Lightweight Bibshorts. In this hand, I've got exactly the same model, but these ones have got 5,000 kilometers on them. I bought these in late July, so that's about 2.5 months of riding. So first of all, we're going to look at this unworn, untouched one and see how good it is, see what it looks like when you put it on. Then, more importantly, we're going to check out what happens to it after you put 5,000 kilometers through it. Now, spoiler alert, quite a lot goes wrong with it, alright? So you fanboys are not going to like this video. Right, so these are the brand new ones. I'm putting these on for the very first time now. Okay, these are the brand new ones. This is the first time I'm putting these on today. Quick overview then. The fit is amazing. It holds everywhere with an equal pressure. There's no tight spots, it doesn't feel uncomfortable anywhere. You feel like you can move around loads, but they hold your legs in position and everything else in position really well on the front and the back. The straps are perfect. They sit exactly right on your shoulders. They're not too tight, they're not too loose. They're just really, really nice feeling shorts. Looking in a bit more detail then, the side section has a unidirectional weave on it, which is, I believe, so that you can move around and stretch when you're riding. The front panel here has a standard crossover weave like this. The position of the pad is the best I've ever felt. It sits quite far back on your body, which might feel a bit weird if you're used to a pad sort of coming around the front of this, but when you're actually on the bike, this means that you can go real sort of far forward on the saddle, and it still has a place to sit on you. It's really good. They're really lightweight. I've ridden these loads. I've ridden this model loads, and you don't even know you're wearing them half the time until you catch yourself in the mirror going past the shop and you think, yeah, that looks pretty cool. So that's the good stuff, all right? There's loads of little good touches on them as well, like the stitching looks nice. It's all sort of flat lock seam. The logo on one side, obviously white, and that one black. That's a pretty cool touch, I reckon. In the back, it's got a little place for your name. So if you die, then they know who you are when they take off your $350 shorts. Yeah, but when you get them on, when you put them on for the first time, you go for the first few rides, they're excellent. They're like seriously nice. This model's a small. I weigh about 63 kilos, maybe 64, depending on what I've been eating. And I am 177 centimeters tall. And these fit me perfectly as small. So that's the brand new, fresh out the box review. Let's move on to the 5,000 kilometers later review. Right, 5,000 kilometers later then, what's happened? Well, let's look at the good things first. The pad is still perfect. It's still pretty much the same as it was on the first day I rode them, right? So that's really good. Now the pad in these things is not made by Rapha, it's made by SciTech, who make all the pads for everyone really. So, well done SciTech. The straps are still decent, they're still holding in position. The general fit around the legs here is still pretty good. But that is pretty much where it ends. Let's start talking about the stuff that's gone wrong. This section here, this side panel on both sides, has gone extremely thin to the point where it's see-through. The top layer of Lycra is all scratched off. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's almost sticky, right? It's just perished, it's coming apart. The colour difference now between these two sections is very obvious. This one's dark and this one just looks sort of like a bluey grey. This means that this whole area has gone loose, so it's kind of hanging off my arse now a bit, right? Where it was all fitting before when I first put them on. The Rapha logo started to crack open. Stitching's coming out a bit down here. I think this is a stupid place to put stitching. They could remodel that because that's where you're rubbing all the time, right, when you're riding. The straps have got little tears and stuff in them. This section has started to fade into a sort of light blue colour. This section has got a sort of reddy brown sort of colour. I guess that's to do with the base pigment they use for dyeing the Lycra. But yeah, so after 5,000 kilometres, which is not a lot really, they are starting to fall apart. The material is just perishing, going wrong. This is about the fourth pair of these shorts I've had off Rapha, because they replace them when stuff like this inevitably goes wrong after such a short time. Now, other stuff that's gone wrong with previous ones is the stitching's fallen out quite a few times. The lycra here is always worn thin. The material they use here is just not fit for purpose. The stitching's come undone from where the main body fits the straps. The pad has come unstitched from the main body of the shorts. So when you look inside, there's a big gap where it's coming apart. I mean, this isn't good enough. The amount of money they charge for these is a hell of a lot. And for them to go wrong consistently, regularly, over such a short amount of time, they're just not fit for purpose. Now, you may think like, oh, well, 5,000 kilometres over a few months is too much. All right, maybe, but there's nothing in their literature that says don't ride them for 5,000 kilometres over 2 months, 3 months. Also, the way they market stuff is this whole kind of, oh, let's all suffer together on our bikes and do epic bike rides and stuff. Hell, Rapha even put on epic bike ride stuff. And they always go on about gravel riding. They sponsor Team Sky, who are a professional team. Now, these shorts are also called the Pro lightweight shorts. So they're the Pro range, Pro professional range, right? So you would expect from a product aimed at professionals, it to be strong enough for professionals to use. Now, you look on Strava and you look at any professional rider, because there's loads of them now on Strava. How long does it take them to do 5,000 kilometres? 5 weeks, maybe even less, right? So do you really think that these have been designed for professional use? No. They've been labelled pro to sell them to people, right? But they don't stand up to it. They don't stand up to any wear and tear. Now, this is not my only issue with Rapha products. I'll be doing more reviews in the future to show you other shit that's fucked up. But yeah, 5,000 kilometres and they do this for that much money, it's not worth it.